Welcome to my channel, Old Valuable Coins. Did you know a simple state quarter in your pocket could be worth thousands of dollars today? Some United States state quarter coins are extremely valuable because of rare minting errors and low production numbers. The most valuable state quarter is the 2004 Wisconsin quarter with the extra leaf error, which has sold for over $6,000. The 1999 Delaware quarter with double die errors is another hidden treasure collectors search for every day. Even the 2005 Kansas In God We Rust quarter can be worth hundreds due to a rare grease error. These valuable state quarter coins are still found in circulation, so always check your change carefully. One rare quarter could change your life. Subscribe now for more hidden coin treasures. Coin No. 1, the South Dakota quarter, was released in 2006 as part of the long-running and extremely popular 50 state quarters program launched by the United States Mint. South Dakota was the 40th state honored in the program, and this coin quickly became popular because of its detailed design and strong symbolism. Millions of Americans first learned about South Dakota through this very quarter, which shows how powerful coinage can be as a storytelling tool. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design used across all state quarters. This portrait is based on the original sculpture by Jean-Antoine Houdon, and it features Washington facing left with the words United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and Quarter Dollar. While this side is common to all state quarters, it provides a sense of continuity and national identity. The real magic of the 2006 South Dakota state quarter appears on the reverse side. The design features Mount Rushmore, one of the most iconic landmarks in the entire United States. Carved into the Black Hills of South Dakota, Mount Rushmore displays the faces of 4 American presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Each president was chosen to represent important ideals such as independence, democracy, leadership, and unity. Alongside Mount Rushmore, the coin proudly displays a ring-necked pheasant flying over a stretch of wheat. This imagery highlights South Dakota's strong agricultural heritage and its reputation as one of America's top wheat-producing states. The pheasant is also a major symbol of South Dakota's wildlife and outdoor culture, especially known among hunters and nature enthusiasts. The inscriptions on the reverse include the state name South Dakota, the nickname the Mount Rushmore State, and the year of statehood, 1889. These elements combine to tell a complete story of South Dakota's past and present in a single coin design. The South Dakota State Quarter was minted in 2006 at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins from Philadelphia typically do not have a mint mark, while coins from Denver carry a small D mint mark. Together, these mint produce hundreds of millions of South Dakota quarters, ensuring wide circulation across the country. Because of this high mintage, most South Dakota quarters found in everyday circulation are common. However, that does not mean they lack value or importance. Many collectors seek these coins in high condition, especially those with strong detail, clean surfaces, and minimal wear. Coins that were carefully saved from circulation often show sharper features on Mount Rushmore and the flying pheasant. Collectors also pay close attention to errors and varieties. While major errors are rare, minor minting variations such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubling can increase collector interest. These types of coins are typically found by careful examination and patience, making coin hunting both exciting and rewarding. The composition of the South Dakota quarter follows the standard clad structure used in modern U.S. quarters. It is made of an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This composition gives the coin its familiar silver-colored appearance while remaining durable for circulation. The edge of the coin features a reeded design, which has been used on U.S. coinage for centuries. Reeded edges were originally intended to prevent clipping of precious metals, but today they serve as a traditional design feature and help distinguish quarters from other coins by touch. From a historical perspective, the South Dakota quarter reflects how modern U.S. coinage blends art, education, and national pride. The 50 State Quarters program introduced millions of Americans to state history, geography, and symbols. For many collectors, these quarters were the starting point of a lifelong interest in numismatics. South Dakota itself has a rich and complex history. It became the 40th state of the United States on November 2, 1889. The region is known for its Native American heritage, frontier history, and natural beauty. The Black Hills, where Mount Rushmore is located, have deep cultural significance and remain an important part of South Dakota's identity. The inclusion of wheat on the quarter highlights the importance of farming to South Dakota's economy. Wheat fields stretch across the state, supporting communities and contributing to food production across the nation. This agricultural symbolism adds depth and realism to the coin's design. The pheasant on the coin is another thoughtful detail. South Dakota is famous for pheasant hunting, drawing visitors from around the world each year. The bird represents wildlife conservation, outdoor traditions, and a connection between people and nature in the state. When it comes to value, most circulated 2006 South Dakota quarters are worth face value. However, uncirculated examples, especially those with strong luster and no damage, can be worth more to collectors. Coins preserved in original condition are always more desirable than heavily worn pieces. Collectors often store these quarters in albums dedicated to the 50 state quarters program. Completing a full state quarter set remains a popular goal for beginners and experienced collectors alike. The South Dakota quarter is an essential piece of that historic collection. One interesting aspect of the South Dakota quarter is how balanced the design feels. The combination of Mount Rushmore, agriculture, and wildlife creates a powerful visual narrative. It shows that South Dakota is not defined by just one symbol, but by a blend of history, land, and people. For YouTube viewers and coin enthusiasts, the South Dakota State Quarter is a great reminder to always check your change. Even common coins can carry stories, meaning, and collectible potential. Many people overlook modern coins, but they represent an important chapter in American numismatic history. The popularity of the 50 State Quarters program also led to future series, such as the America the Beautiful Quarters and the American Women Quarters. The success of the South Dakota Quarter and others like it proved that everyday coins could spark national interest. Coin number 2, the Maine State Quarter, was officially released in 2003 as part of the 5th year of the 50 State Quarters program, a historic initiative launched by the United States Mint in 1999. This program was created to honor each of the 50 states in the order they ratified the Constitution, and Maine proudly became the 23rd state honored in the series. The release of this coin marked an important moment for both Maine residents and coin collectors worldwide. Maine, known as the Pine Tree State, has a rich maritime history, rugged coastline, and strong connection to the sea, and all of this symbolism is perfectly captured in the design of the 2003 Maine State Quarter. The reverse side of the coin features a powerful image of a sailing schooner cruising through the Atlantic waters, with a lighthouse standing tall in the background and pine trees framing the scene. This design reflects Maine's long-standing maritime heritage, its reliance on fishing and shipbuilding, and its reputation as a state deeply connected to the ocean. The schooner shown on the coin represents Maine's historic shipbuilding industry, which once produced some of the finest wooden ships in the world. For centuries, Maine's shipyard played a vital role in American trade, exploration, and naval strength. The lighthouse symbolizes guidance, safety, and Maine's rugged coastline, which is dotted with more than 60 historic lighthouses, many of which are still standing today. Above the design, the word Maine is clearly displayed, while the state motto De Rego, meaning I lead in Latin, appears prominently on the coin. This motto reflects Maine's independent spirit and leadership role throughout its history. Below the design, the year 1820 marks the year Maine became the 23rd state to join the Union, separating from Massachusetts and establishing its own identity. The obverse side of the 2003 Maine State Quarter features a familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. This classic design has appeared on the quarter since 1932 and remained consistent throughout the State Quarters program, providing continuity while allowing each state's reverse design to shine. The 2003 Maine Quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and a reeded edge, all standard specification for modern U.S. quarters. Millions of Maine State Quarters were minted in 2003 at multiple U.S. mint facilities, making them widely available in circulation even today. Coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Circulation strikes from Philadelphia and Denver were produced in very large quantities, which is why most examples found in everyday change are considered common. However, While the standard circulation versions are common, certain varieties, conditions, and minting errors can significantly increase the value of a 2003 Maine state quarter. Collectors are especially interested in coins that have strong strikes, original luster, and minimal wear. Coins that were saved shortly after release and never entered circulation tend to be more desirable than heavily worn examples. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of collecting the Maine state quarter. Some known error types include off-center strikes, clip planches, die cracks, die chips, and double design elements. These errors occur during the minting process and can make a coin unique, driving interest and value among collectors who specialize in error coins. Another factor that can affect the value of the 2003 Maine quarter is its condition. While most circulated examples are worth face value, coins in exceptionally well-preserved condition may carry a premium. Luster, sharp details on the schooner and lighthouse, and clean field without scratches or discoloration are all qualities collectors look for when evaluating these coins. Collectors also seek out complete sets of the 50 state quarters program, and the Maine quarter plays a crucial role in these collections. For many collectors, assembling a full state quarter set is a nostalgic journey that connects them to American history, geography, and culture. The Maine quarter, with its scenic maritime design, often stands out as a favorite among collectors. Beyond collectability, the 2003 Maine state quarter holds educational value. It introduces people to Maine's history, its motto, and its maritime roots. Many young collectors were first inspired by the state quarters program, using coins like the Maine quarter to learn about states they had never visited before. Even today, this coin continues to spark curiosity and appreciation for U.S. history. Interest in state quarters has grown steadily over the years as more collectors revisit the series. While these coins were once considered too modern to be valuable, demand has increased for high-quality examples, error coins, and complete sets. As time passes, fewer pristine examples remain, which can influence long-term collectability. The Maine state quarter also appeals to regional collectors, particularly those with ties to New England or maritime history. Its design resonates strongly with people who appreciate coastal imagery, sailing ships, and lighthouse symbolism. This emotional connection often drives collecting behavior just as much as rarity or value. Another interesting aspect of the 2003 Maine quarter is its role in modern U.S. coinage design. The state quarters program paved the way for later series, proving that creative and regionally inspired designs could capture public interest. Coins like the Maine quarter help demonstrate that circulating coinage could be both functional and artistic. When searching through pocket change, coin rolls, or old collections, finding a well-preserved Maine state quarter can still be exciting. Even though it may not always carry high monetary value, it holds historical significance and represents an important chapter in American numismatic history. For collectors just starting out, the 2003 Maine quarter is an excellent entry point. It is affordable, easy to find, and rich in storytelling. For experienced collectors, it offers opportunities to hunt for varieties, errors, and premium condition examples that add depth to a collection. As interest in U.S. coin collecting continues to grow globally, the Maine state quarter remains a symbol of a successful and influential program that changed the way people view modern coins. It reminds us that even everyday change can tell powerful stories about a nation's identity and heritage. Coin number 3, the Massachusetts state quarter, was officially released on January 3, 2000, as a sixth coin in the 50 state quarter series. Massachusetts became the sixth state to join the United States in 1788, and this coin honors the state's revolutionary past. The design on the reverse of the coin features the famous Minuteman statue, which represents the citizen soldiers who were ready to fight at a moment's notice during the American Revolutionary War. This design choice makes the Massachusetts quarter one of the most patriotic and historically rich coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. On the reverse side, the Minuteman is shown holding a musket in one hand and a plow in the other, symbolizing the balance between civilian life and military readiness. Behind the Minuteman, the outline of the state of Massachusetts is visible, with the year 1788 proudly displayed to represent the year Massachusetts became a state. Above the design, the inscription "The Bay State" appears, a nickname that dates back centuries. These design elements make the 2000 Massachusetts state quarter instantly recognizable and highly searched by collectors online. The obverse of the Massachusetts State Quarter features a familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design has been used on U.S. quarters since 1932 and remains one of the most iconic images in American coinage. Around Washington's portrait, you will find the inscription United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the denomination quarter dollar. Even though the obverse design is common, the reverse design is what makes the Massachusetts Quarter special. The Massachusetts State Quarter was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia carry a P mint mark, Denver coins carry a D mint mark, and San Francisco coins were primarily struck for collectors. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 628 million Massachusetts quarters, while the Denver Mint produced approximately 628 million as well. This means that more than 1.2 billion Massachusetts quarters were released into circulation, making them very common in everyday change. Because of this high mintage, most circulated Massachusetts state quarters from 2000 are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, collectors know that condition, errors, and special strikes can dramatically increase the value. Many people still search through pocket change today hoping to find a rare Massachusetts quarter error or a high-quality example worth much more than face value. Uncirculated Massachusetts quarters from Philadelphia or Denver can be worth more than 25 cents, especially if they show sharp details, strong luster, and minimal marks. Coins that were never used in circulation often sell for higher prices among collectors who want clean examples for their collections. The better the condition, the stronger the demand. One of the most exciting aspects of the Massachusetts State Quarter is the existence of error coins. Error quarters are highly searched on platforms like YouTube and Google because they can be worth significantly more than normal coins. Some known Massachusetts quarter errors include off-center strikes, double strikes, clip planches, and broad strikes. These errors occur during the minting process and make each coin unique. Another popular error collectors look for is doubling on letters or design elements. If you notice doubling on words like Liberty, In God We Trust, or on the Minutemen's details, the coin may be more valuable. These types of errors are not common, and when found, they can attract strong interest from collectors. The Massachusetts Quarter is also popular because it was released at the beginning of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program sparked one of the largest coin collecting booms in U.S. history. Millions of Americans began collecting state quarters, checking their change, and saving coins by state and year. As one of the early releases, the Massachusetts Quarter holds special nostalgic value. Proof versions of the Massachusetts State Quarter were struck at the San Francisco Mint. These coins were made specifically for collectors and feature a mirror-like background with frosted designs. Proof Massachusetts quarters are not found in circulation and are usually kept in protective cases. While they were produced in smaller numbers than circulation coins, they are still widely available on the collector market today. Another interesting factor that influences the Massachusetts quarter value is demand driven by history. Massachusetts played a major role in the American Revolution, and coins honoring revolutionary themes often attract collectors who focus on historical significance rather than just rarity. The Minuteman design is deeply connected to events like the battles of Lexington and Concord, making this coin especially meaningful. Over time, interest in state quarters continues to grow, especially as newer collectors enter the hobby. Many people who collected state quarters as children are now adults returning to coin collecting. This renewed interest keeps demand alive for coins like the 2000 Massachusetts Quarter, particularly high-quality examples and error varieties. Searching your change for Massachusetts quarters can still be worthwhile. Even though most are common, finding an uncirculated example, a proof coin, or an error can be exciting and potentially valuable. Always examine both sides of the coin carefully, paying close attention to the Minutemen, lettering, and edge of the coin. The Massachusetts State Quarter also represents a time when coin collecting was accessible to everyone. You didn't need expensive coins or rare gold pieces to enjoy the hobby. You could simply look through your pocket change and build a collection, one state at a time. This accessibility is part of why state quarters remain so popular on YouTube and search engines today. In summary, the 2000 Massachusetts State Quarter is a powerful blend of history, art, and American culture. While most examples are common, the coin's design, historical meaning, and connection to the early days of the 50 state quarters program make it a must-have for collectors. Whether you are searching for value errors or simply enjoying the story behind the coin, the Massachusetts quarter continues to hold an important place in U.S. numismatics. Coin number 4, and we will explore the Connecticut State Quarter, was officially released on October 12, 1999, as the fifth and final coin issued in the first year of the 50 State Quarters program. This program was launched by the United States Mint to honor each of the 50 states in the order they ratified the Constitution. Connecticut became the fifth state on January 9, 1788, which earned it this early position in the series. The launch of the State Quarters program marked one of the most successful coin initiatives in U.S. history, bringing millions of new collectors into the hobby. The obverse of the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter features a familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. This portrait has been used on Washington quarters since 1932 and remains one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. Around the edge of the obverse, you will see the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, and In God We Trust, along with the denomination quarter dollar. The obverse design remained consistent across all state quarters, allowing the reverse designs to tell each state's unique story. The reverse design of the Connecticut State Quarter is where the true historical significance shines. The coin features the iconic charter oak tree, one of the most important symbols in Connecticut's history. This massive white oak tree stood in Hartford, Connecticut, and became a legendary symbol of American independence and resistance to tyranny. According to historical accounts, in 1687, Connecticut colonists had the colony's royal charter inside the hollow trunk of this tree to protect it from being confiscated by the English governor. This bold act helped preserve self-government in the colony and later inspired Connecticut's nickname, the Constitution State. The charter oak depicted on the coin is shown with intricate branches and a wide, powerful trunk, symbolizing strength, endurance, and freedom. Surrounding the image are the inscriptions Connecticut, 1788, and 1999. The year 1788 represents the year Connecticut ratified the U.S. Constitution, while 1999 marks the coin's release year. The design was created by sculptor and engraver Thomas D. Rogers Sr., whose work captured the spirit of Connecticut's historic legacy. The Connecticut Quarter was minted at two primary facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coin produced at the Philadelphia Mint do not carry a mint mark, while those struck in Denver feature a small D mint mark on the obverse. In addition, special proof versions of the Connecticut Quarter were struck at the San Francisco Mint, carrying an S mint mark. These proof coins were made specifically for collectors and were not released into general circulation. The mintage numbers for the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter are extremely high, reflecting the massive popularity of the program during its first year. Over 657 million coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, while approximately 688 million were produced at the Denver Mint. This brings the total mintage to well over 1.3 billion coins. Because of these high numbers, the Connecticut Quarter is still commonly found in circulation today. Despite its high mintage, the Connecticut State Quarter remains important to collectors due to its historical symbolism and status as one of the original state quarters. Many collectors focus on building complete state quarter sets, and the Connecticut coin is essential for completing the 1999 series. Its popularity also makes it one of the most searched state quarters online. While most Connecticut quarters from 1999 are worth only face value in circulated condition, certain examples can carry higher value. Coins that remain in uncirculated condition, with sharp details, full luster, and minimal contact marks, can sell for premium. Proof versions with mirror-like fields and frosted devices are also more valuable, especially when well-preserved. Collectors are particularly interested in error coins and varieties associated with the Connecticut State Quarter. Some known errors include off-center strikes, clip planches, die cracks, and double dies. These errors occur during the minting process and can significantly increase a coin's value depending on severity and visibility. Even small die cracks on the charter oak design can attract attention from error coin collectors. Another factor that influences value is overall condition. Coins with strong strikes, original mint luster, and no damage are always more desirable. Many collectors store their state quarters in albums or protective holders to preserve their condition over time. Although most circulated Connecticut quarters remain common, pristine examples are becoming harder to find as years pass. The Connecticut State Quarter also holds cultural and educational value. For many Americans, this coin was their first introduction to U.S. history through everyday money. Schools, families, and hobbyists use state quarters to teach children about geography, statehood, and historical events. The Charter Oak story, in particular, captures the spirit of early American independence and resistance to authority. From a long-term perspective, the Connecticut Quarter represents a turning point in modern U.S. coin collecting. The success of the State Quarters program led to future series such as America the Beautiful Quarters and other commemorative coin programs. Collectors who began with state quarters often expanded into other areas of numismatics, making coins like the 1999 Connecticut Quarter historically significant beyond their face value. Even today, searching through pocket change for state quarters remains a popular activity. Finding a clean, well-preserved Connecticut Quarter can still be exciting, especially for new collectors. Many people enjoy building date and mint mark sets, comparing Philadelphia and Denver strikes, and learning about the stories behind each state design. The enduring appeal of the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter lies in its powerful symbolism, rich history, and role in one of the most successful coin programs ever created. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just beginning to explore U.S. coins, this quarter stands as a reminder of America's fight for self-government and the importance of preserving history through everyday objects.